look at us as individuals and then look at us ourselves as leaders, kind of two different things. And I think when Mark Treptow left home and did what he did, and served how he did, and what ended up ultimately happening, and those gentle words were described so magnificently inside of his diary, there's something to be learned from that. I pull power from that. When I said inspiration, talking about opening yourself up to the possibility of being inspired, to me, it inspires me. I wouldn't talk about it if it didn't. It's powerful. When he says, I will serve, I will save, I will sacrifice. Think about the capacity that he's in right now. I will endure. I will fight cheerfully and give my utmost. As if the whole issue of the entire struggle depended on me alone. Imagine if we took the power of those words, we wrote them down, and we tried to do our best to apply that level of love and loyalty and devotion and dedication to every single thing that we did, everything we touched, every bit of part of our DNA that we rubbed off on something else. We lived to that level. We tried our best to carry the day to that level of intensity. And then as a leader, my opinion is as a warrior, as a gunfighter in the Marine Corps, you know, my mindset was leading 2,500 Marines and sailors as a crisis response force is to try to cultivate an environment where people, the old willing obedience is better than forced obedience. You know what I mean? If you're either a tool of torture or inspiration. You know, leaders that lead by fear and terror and intimidation and threats are to me, cowardly and weak. You have to be able to peel the heart before the head. You get people excited, get them on board, get them passionate, you know that they matter, that they care, that you care, then the sky is the limit. Your organization will comfortably, casually, easily operate in the place called the extra mile. And they'll do that for you. So it's the goal of a leader is to kind of, in my opinion, harness and cage that environment. Thank you very much, appreciate it. Harness and cage that environment where you, through your leadership style, through the way you care about people, the way you demonstrate your leadership, the way you exude yourself, and the climate and conditions you create on the ground in that organization, you make them want to reach to the level of Mark Treptow's words. And when you have people that excited and that devoted and that dedicated, it's amazing what can be accomplished. Old former Commandant of the Marine Corps, Clifton Cates, he was a Tennessean lieutenant in World War I, same era of Mark Treptow I just talked about. And across the radio waves in this brutal battle, you heard the crackling noise of a transmission. And it came across, and this is one of the powerful quotes from the Marine Corps, said, I have 2 men out of my company and 20 in some other company. We need support, but it is almost suicidal to get here. We are swept by machine gun fire and the constant barrage is upon us. I have no one on my left and few on my right. I will hold. That's powerful to me. Those words, I will hold. I will put that quote up, stick it on a sticky, look at it. When I'm thinking I'm having a rough day, think about that. I will hold. I will stand fast. I will stand steady. I refuse to be denied success. I will not go out this way. Matter of fact, every obstacle, every barrier, every broken bone, I'll build my house on that. And I'll fight forward. And nothing or no one's going to stop me no matter what. I will hold. The Marine Corps, like I said, is the most fearsome, magnificent fighting organization on the face of the planet. Undisputed as a whole. There's no doubt about it. And there's a time for the defense. There's a time to hold. The defense, but no war, battle, conflict, skirmish, or engagement has ever been one of the defensive posture. It is absolutely 100% overt, upfront, in your face, down your throat, crushing bones into powder, offensive operation that gets it done. That's all there is to it. But there is a time for the defense. There's a time to recage the gyros, to rest, to recalibrate, to maybe pending time for more favorable conditions when you decide it's time to crush bones into powder. But let there be no doubt, things happen, things get done when it comes down to offensive operations. And we need to be ready and aggressive and determined to know that, you know, they say good things come to those who wait. Yeah, they do. The things left over from people like me. You know what I mean? That's right, scraps. You know, are you an eagle soaring at 30,000 feet, or are you a buzzard waiting for the easy gain? The leftovers, the scraps of someone else. It's important to decide which path to take. No doubt about it. You have to go through life throwing elbows like you're the third monkey trying to get on the ark. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. I'm saying, like, hey, let me up here, man. And I'm not saying, hey, your elbow smashing your peers left and right. I'm not saying you're trampling on your buddies. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm more. This is not a micro, but a macro, 30,000-foot concept. But no doubt, I believe you got to be out there hooking and jabbing, stabbing and slashing, crushing big things into small things to dust, and picking your teeth into shards left over. Okay? I want to talk about briefly the big five. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, plus one, that is urgent. I've seen Marines not do it, I've seen Marines do it, especially in war, when there's a little added friction, let's be honest. And I've seen the continental divide between success and almost catastrophic failure, or failure. Big five to me is hydration, taking care of your body. 60% of your body is water, 74% of your heart and brain is water, 84% of your lungs is water, and every function that exists from circulating your blood to getting rid of your toxins, your brain is floating in water, but yet people say, I don't drink water. Is there water in beer, coffee, soda? No. That dog don't hunt. All right? Hydration is key. If you feel lethargic and tired and exhausted and kind of run down, hydration is the #1 indicator to that right there. Eating better. All right? Baked, not fried. All right? Make better meal choices. We don't pull up to the pump with our car and put in, diesel fuel to an unleaded vehicle. Why? Because we're smart. We want to put the right fuel to make the thing run effectively and efficiently. But our own carcasses will ram down our soup coolers some nasty feedback. A double chicken McRib Whopper sandwich or something from wherever. You know what I mean? So think about that. Getting rest is very important. Getting rest, that's when your body's recharging itself. Exercise is that oxygen-rich blood that circulates from your heart to your brain, to your extremities. That's why you feel so good when you get it on like Donkey Kong. Get out there and wiggle your tail and get some fitness in. And that might be, to some, a 10-mile run at full speed, warp speed. To some, it might be a walk around a block. Whatever, start somewhere and do something. Manage your stress. I was talking to Equitable, number 20 in the world. I do a lot of work with those guys. And one time, instead of saying manage your stress, I said avoid stress. And they all started laughing hysterically. I'm like, yeah, you're right. You can't avoid stress in life. But you have to recognize it and manage it, because stress can turn to anxiety. Anxiety can turn to heart disease, quite frankly. And if you think about it, when you're stressed out and that goes unchecked and you don't do things to kind of decompress that or cage that, and it turns to anxiety to where you got that fight or flight thing going, and I know all about that. What happens in those moments is fat cells are being released into your bloodstream. It's fight or flight bar. You feel that tickle, that ready to see your hair stand up. But what happens is if you have that's unchecked and there's really not an emergency, there's really not a reason to fight or flight, those fat cells are released in your blood system and circulate around. They don't go back to where they came from. They just start adhering to the inner walls of your arteries and veins. So you can look like you're style and profile, but in essence you drop dead from a massive heart attack because you have not kept your stress and your anxiety in check. Stress in life is natural. It's a part of life. And even to a degree, it's good because it drives us. But if it's unchecked and goes too far, it can be absolutely catastrophically destructive. Do something for yourself every day. People are like, I don't got time, man. I'm working my kid, my job. Yes. It's time management. Find something that you do every day that you enjoy. Whether it's on the phone, take a walk, listen to music, but don't be distracted by any other thing while you're doing that. Literally unplug from what's going on. Spend 30 minutes, and you will be amazed at how charged you feel, how you come out of that. Whether it be in the morning, first thing, whether it be at lunchtime. Don't be looking at emails while you're trying to eat your sandwich, trying to answer emails. That's not unplugging. Unplug. And I'm telling you, you do these 5 things plus 1, you'd be amazed at how resilient you are. How your resolve just kind of is compounded, how you find yourself just on better footing, on a better platform, being able to endure and accept and kind of negotiate through the chaos of life a lot more effectively. And you're not getting agitated, you're not getting sluggish, you're not getting tired, you're feeling you're taking care of your carcass. You're taking care of yourself. I'd say go after your goals and your dreams in life. A lot of people die with their songs still in them, we can agree. Probably the richest place in the world is the graveyard, because there you'll find just tons of dreams and goals and aspirations where people, quite frankly, didn't have the courage to pursue. And a lot of times the reason they say they don't want to try is because they don't want their family to look at them and look at them as a failure. They don't want their friends, they don't want to be, the human condition is not to want to look like you couldn't do it. So some people just won't try. So you got the Spartan in the arena, hooking, jabbing, stabbing, and slashing, Martin scar with blood and sweat, glass in his eyes, and then you got the guy up in the bleachers who's just watching, in the shadows, in the shade, not gaining anything, but not risking anything. And that's a very, very lonely place to be. The reason I believe a lot of people don't try is because they're worried about failure. They're worried about what someone else will say. They're worried about feeling like they come up short, like they weren't good enough. But what I submit to you is failure has a different definition than what most people would say. Most people, if I ask what failure is, they say, well, you can't do something. I disagree. Failure can only be achieved in 2 ways. Not trying and giving up. If you don't try or give up, that's the only way you can truly fail. If you try and try and try and you come up short again and again, you're practicing to be successful. And you know what? Michael Jordan was cut from his basketball team in high school. And there was a critical junction. But he ended up being one of the greatest basketball players, if not the greatest athlete on the face of the planet. Because he never gave up. So let's get the definitions of what failure are and are not. and then carpe diem, then go after it. You have something in your mind, maybe right now you're thinking of it, like, I always wanted to go back to school, I always want to do this. You know what? One ride, ladies and gentlemen, one time, one chance, 86,400 seconds in a day. Tomorrow is promised to no one, and one day you'll be right. There's no guarantees. It's wide open. Not reckless, but we need to be on fire and supercharged with enthusiasm and a positive attitude and go after it. You know, this old Asian farmer, right, talking about going after your goals, he wanted to do this huge field of bamboo, because in the Orient, bamboo is like, you're like a millionaire by their culture. They don't take much. They're very humble people, very good people. But for his family, he knew he was getting older, and he wanted to provide for the next generation, so he planted this massive field of bamboo. Chinese bamboo nut. Problem is that nut, like most goals in life, are hard to accomplish. Anything worthy or meaningful that matter is very difficult to achieve. If it was easy, it'd be like the Air Force. You know what I mean? Everyone can do that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so he goes out. If there's anyone in the Air Force, you know it's all love. You know what I mean? It's all love. He goes out and he clears this massive field, but he's old, so he's slow. And he plants these bamboo nuts, and he fertilizes and he waters it. But the thing is, he doesn't have a hose coming off his house. He's got to walk down to a creek and carry those buckets long distances repeatedly every single day. And he's got to do it over and over and over again. But there's no guarantee. It's like your dreams, you know what I mean? You're kind of doing all the work, but you know, a year goes by, nothing but dirt, water and weed and fertilizer, doing all the work. 2 years goes by. This guy was out there every day, watering, weeding, fertilizing, making sure it's getting enough sunlight, watering the dirt, basically. 3 years goes by. He's doing the work. He's doing everything that he believes he can possibly do to make his dream come true, because he has a very noble initiative, noble endeavor. So the villagers now are starting to whisper, this guy's kind of crazy. They're just kind of under their breath. He knows, though. And that's kind of like as you go after things in your life, and you're never too old to do it. I don't care if you're 90 years old. Don't let anyone dictate, you know what I mean, your path and your journey and what you believe you want to accomplish, and that you can do that. And sometimes you hear those voices, you know what I mean? It kind of makes you kind of doubt yourself sometimes. I don't care how big and bad you are. We're all humans. We all can be kind of thrown off the scent and deterred from our dreams because we hear something of maybe some distant kind of criticism, or even louder, and we just decide that, you know what, I don't want to risk putting myself out there. And we give up. We give in. This guy would not give in. He would not relent. He would not waver. 4 years goes by, watering, weed, doing all the things he needs to do. Now we know that if we rest too long, the weeds will take the garden. A lot of times the weeds are people who don't have dreams of their own. You never hear someone successful tell you your dream is stupid or that you can't achieve it. You know what I mean? It's only those that are, you know, that don't have their own goals and dreams and aspirations that, you know, misery loves company. They're quick to try to shoot you down because it's easy to kind of, you know, surround yourself by that feeling of being a victim or not being successful. 5 years goes by. I mean, these villagers are just outright saying, this guy's a fool, man. He's just 5 years, water and dirt, fertilizing it back and forth every day, faithfully, following his dream, trying to provide for his family. And even he's getting discouraged now. He's like, I have no idea. I've been doing this for 5 years. I'm getting old. I have no other option. These nuts may very well be dead in the ground. And he's even doubting himself, and that's how we can do it sometimes as we go through life. Sometimes it may not be someone else that detracts us from our mission or our focus. It may be ourselves, that voice that comes in our head after we believe we've been doing all the work, all the things to do the right thing, but the results aren't there. It's not a microwave. It just isn't hit, press play and go. It isn't Burger King, have it your way. Not everything great just comes automatically. Sometimes it takes some time. And in those moments when you doubt yourself, when it's time, when you say, maybe I'm just going to give up and quit, that's the time you got to summons that resolve and hold on just a little bit longer. Maybe grab on to things that inspire you or your why or your motive in life.